This is Russ. Yeah, I'm back out on the road again. Yeah, how come the sun is in our eyes? That's because eventually the sun's gonna set. You could tell this is an evening ride, can't you? Listen to those cicadas, man. Yeah, I did a night ride the other day. Yeah, I figured I'd try it a little earlier in the evening. So not so that the sun is totally setting on us or anything. I still have the front headlight on. I am on the U-Free Stellar Falcon mid-step model. I was gonna say step over model, mid-step model. Yeah, the mid-step model, I still swing my leg over it though. But it gives me clearance if I have to hop off. Yeah, the red bike. The red bike. So where am I heading today? I think I'll just head out to the general areas we usually go to. Kind of ride around the park a little bit there. And talk a little bit. How's that? Oh, better stop here. Yeah, we definitely hear cicadas at night. That's I think that's a drawback of I think that's a drawback of the system here. Let me see if I can get moving here. I was trying to adjust my my settings here, but had to cross over first while I could. Light had changed on us. Let me make a quick setting here. Alright, I think that should... Oops, wrong one. Let's see if this sets me where I want it to be. I want to set it up for cadence sensor today. We'll see if it is or not. Yep, have it set for cadence sensor now. Yeah, I didn't want to put the effort in. Yeah, if you want to put a little more effort, put yourself on torque sensor. You just want to move your legs, put it on cadence sensor. 17, 16, 17, 17, okay. According to the speedometer, I was at 18 point something. So I think it's about a 1.5 mile difference per hour. Bike is always faster than that thing is. Makes you wonder whether all of the bikes are 1.5 miles faster than that thing is, or whether that thing's actually slow by 1.5 miles an hour. That radar detector there. I tend to trust that thing. I think, you know, isn't that like supposed to be calibrated somehow? That doesn't matter anyway. It's just a relative thing. So, what did I want to talk about today? Well, you know, I was watching several YouTube videos today, and somebody said on one video, "This is the best bike ever." Yeah? Okay. Then I saw another video, and that guy said, "This is the best bike ever." I go, okay, that's two videos, both guys claiming it's the best bike ever. I had to take a look to see what they claimed, why they thought those bikes were the best bike ever. I says, we hit 3 times the charm, found another video. And that guy says, that bike is the best bike ever. They weren't the same bike, folks. Different bikes. So I kept thinking, going, you know, if all these guys are saying these are the best bike ever, what do you constitute as the best bike? Got me thinking. Got me thinking. So it seems like a lot of people claim that the best bike ever are really fast bikes. Yep. Does that make it really the best bike ever? And some people's mind, it is the best bike ever if it goes fast. Others might claim it's the best bike ever because it has more features than other bikes. Okay, that might make it the best bike ever. And yet others like the styling of the bike. They say it looks really good. So does that make it the best bike ever? Because it looks good? Let's go around circles in here for a while. So I was thinking about it, and I'm thinking, well, you know, even for my viewers, when they tell me how much they like their bike, I always wonder, what is it about it that you like so much about your bike? Not to saying that when you say that, you know, it might not be a good bike. I'm just saying, what constitutes the best bike for you? Okay. But I think on the long run, there has to be several factors to make a bike the best bike ever. You know, at least for you. All right, we're gonna have to pass this dog here first. Let's hit him with the bell. I think it could be multiple things that makes it the best bike ever. I mean, if it's speed that's the main factor, then obviously there's really only a handful of bikes that fit that category that, you know, might be a lot faster than all the other bikes that are out there on the market. But then I kept thinking too, if you can build the fastest bike around, but the law states that you need to be within 28 miles per hour, does that still make it the best bike ever? I mean, performance-wise, maybe it has the performance of speed that makes it the best bike ever. But then, technically, you're not supposed to be riding that bike, right? It's an ice cream truck. You hear this bell is not loud enough. I think I need to make put on a louder bell on this bike. Okay, now let's take a look at that situation. The lady who was in the middle between the two other people should have moved over, knowing that the bike could clip her. Nope, she didn't even move. She didn't even move. She saw me coming. I'm heading towards her. You got another guy on the right. You got a lady on the other left. Wouldn't you back up and just make sure you don't get clipped by the bike? Nope, didn't even budge. No sense hitting the bell at that point. She wouldn't do anything anyway. Now, even like passing these people would say, well, you didn't hit these people with the bell. But I'm looking around and they have earphones on. They're never going to hear this bell. What's the point? All right, so what about features? If a bike has a lot of features, does that make it the best bike ever? Could be. You know, what type of features are we talking about? Well, like, let's look at this bike. It's got cadence sensor and torque sensor option. Hey, that beats out a lot of bikes right there, right? But is it the best bike ever? You know, there's good points and bad points of every bike. And for some, riding comfort is the best bike ever. You know, some bikes are not that comfortable to ride. Other bikes, you know, don't have leg extension. Mopeds bikes come to mind to me for that. There's a lot of people on this path. I'm not going to stay on this thing. Go back to the streets. Yeah, if I can't pedal the bike, I don't feel comfortable calling it the best bike ever. I mean, it could have the best performance as far as speed. It could have lots of range on the battery. It could have lots of features. But if I can't pedal that thing, not that I pedal lots of times, as you know, a lot of times I'm throttling, but I like the option to be able to pedal. And when I pedal, I want to make sure I have a decent extension on my legs. But see, that doesn't matter on some people. Some people prefer that unless your feet can touch the ground when you're still seated on the bike, it's not a safe bike. I had a comment on that from somebody recently on my 60s video. If you're over 60s still looking for an e-bike, remember that video, that thing? Yeah, he says, that's the general rule. I go, I don't think so. I don't think that's the general rule. If you go by bicyclists, staying seated and be able to touch the ground with your, I think he said the balls of his feet. It's basically saying you don't have to be flat-footed, but at least being able to touch your feet on the ground. If it doesn't touch the feet on the ground, it's a dangerous bike. That means every single bike that I'm riding is a dangerous bike. Because I raised that saddle up, as you know, because I want my decent leg extension. So, but I see what they're saying. It's not like I don't understand what they're saying. Some people like it that way. I just happen to not like it that way. So my whole point about this whole thing of the best bike ever, it doesn't really matter what the reviewer guy says. It doesn't matter what those people say. Best bike ever could be different for every person. So you might be thinking, what about for you, Russ? What's the best bike ever? I don't think I found one yet. They all have a flaw. One or two flaws here or there. You know, some of them have good features. Like I like the feature of this bike where I can actually shift it from cadence to torque or back and forth, whatever way I want to do it. I kind of like the width of the tires. It's not quite thin, but it's not quite fat. You know, there's a lot of things about it I kind of like. But then it's got its flaws too. You know, the motor's a little noisier than I prefer. I mean, I can handle it, but still, I'd rather have a quieter motor if I had an option, right? Some people feel it's price. If the price is low and has a lot of features and the like, then it's the best bike ever. That could very well be. Because I don't like expensive bikes either. I'd rather find one that's a less expensive bike that can do a lot of things and do it well as well. But if you saw my shadow there, yeah, you noticed that when I stopped, I got off the bike. Yeah, because I can't stay seated, and that's because my saddle is up a lot higher. But I got a lot of comfort with this bike. I've got a suspension seat post that comes standard with the bike. Yeah, it's got the Sun Tour seat post on there. So I got a lot of shock absorbing going on. I got front suspension and seat post suspension. That makes it comfortable, and that could make it the best bike ever. I like the color. I really like this color. Never thought I'd like a red bike, but then again, I always thought muted colors were the way to go. But yeah, not so much so anymore. Now I'm kind of thinking, yeah, I kind of like the idea of different colors on the bikes. So yeah, my whole point on this whole discussion is, you know, don't trust what people tell you what's the best bike. You have to kind of experience it yourself. And I think this is the problem too with a lot of the bikes you can't try out, right? I guess you can go to an e-bike store if you find an e-bike store that has the bikes you're looking for, but maybe they don't have the bike you're really looking for. And then you can't find it anywhere because not every bike is available at a bike shop. They only carry what they carry. So you don't get a chance to try it out. Now that thing showed 24 miles an hour. There's no way. My speedometer's showing about 19, and we already said that this is fast. So that speedometer is wrong. So you can't trust these. You can't even trust the radar detectors. Yeah, you can't trust anything. See, tell ya. Can't trust anything. It's rather cool today. I mean, it's not hot. It's cool enough. Oh, this guy's got a trike, but it's not an electric trike. It's a manual trike. Yeah. See how much wider they are? It takes more space. I'm gonna have to pass this. I got a car behind me. Otherwise, I would have pulled up next to him and talked to him a little bit, but nah, forget it. Forget it. We're riding on our own. riding on her own. Yeah, don't trust anybody when they say this bike is the best. Who knows if it's the best? Who knows if it's truly the best? You got to put some factors in what you consider best. Okay, here's what you got to do. Go in the comments section, write down what you think is the best. What constitutes the best? Speed, price, features, comfort, rideability. What? What constitutes the best to you? What do you look for to be considered the best? All right, we're going to take a right since we have somebody taking a right on their side there. What constitutes the best to you? You might be asking, what constitutes the best to me? All right. I already touched on some of this stuff already. I look for bikes that have good comfort. I look for bikes that have range. I look for bikes that have at least 28 miles per hour. Yeah, I prefer class 3 bikes overall. If they can't do class 3, then give me at least 25 miles an hour. I could suffice with that, but 20 mile per hour bikes, I seem to feel like it's a little slow for me since I'm so used to going so much quicker. I prefer to be able to throttle the 28, even though many of the bikes now are going 20 for throttle and 28 for pedal. I prefer to throttle also the 28. I prefer a quick pickup, not something that's sluggish. I prefer one that has both the torque and cadence sensor option. Yeah. I could forgo full suspension. I like it, but I could forgo it as long as I have the option to be able to put on a suspension seat post. If that's an option to put on there, I can forgo a full frame suspension. I'm okay with that. Although I prefer a full frame suspension if I can get it. I am leaning more towards this type of bike tire size, in the sense of not fully 4-inch, not fully like 1.75, somewhere in between, maybe 2.5, something like that, 3-inch tires maybe even, but maybe 2.5 or less, 2.25. Those seem to be more flexible for street type riding, but I do like my 4-inch fat tires when I have to get up on the grass for any emergency reason. I have to have enough leg extension on all my bikes. If the seat post is too low, give me an option to be able to get a taller seat post for that bike. I mean, I don't mind if I have to buy it myself. It's not a big deal. But, you know, in a standard seat post diameter size that I can easily get, like a 350 or 400 millimeter seat post, that would make a big difference for me. It's got to have the convenience too of a front basket and rear rack option, because I like that. Although right now I don't have the front basket and rear basket on the bike. I put it on the step-through version of this bike, so I kind of shifted it over there. But yeah, if you give me all that stuff and if you can keep the pricing down, I would call that one of the best bikes. Yeah. Because anyone, like I said in the past, anyone can build a bike that you want like that if price is no option. But we all know price is an option for everybody. So yeah, stay under $2,000. Stay under $2,000, give me all those features, yeah, I'd be happy. Be a happy camper. But here's the funny thing about it all. You know, even with all the things that you can get, still one of my favorite bikes was the E26 from Engwe. I have to say that. One of the least expensive bikes I had. Yeah. I ended up moving that bike on to somebody else. I figured, let's let somebody else enjoy that bike. Because I have a lot of bikes. And I knew that having a less expensive bike option for people would be helpful, and giving them that option was a good deal. Always got to wave at the cops. I know a cop car when I see one. Yeah, let me know this too, if you're still watching up to this point. In your area, do your police cars have signage all over their police cars. I mean, back in the day, you know, you have a black and white unit. They used to call it a black and white unit. You know, white, what would they have? White doors with the black car. You know, sirens and bars on the top of the top of the car. Well, I don't know what you would call that. The ceiling of the car? What would you call it? Yeah, it'd be visible, right? Are your police cars in your area like that, or are they stealth, like our cars are? Stealth, I mean, you know, it's got the label, it says police on the side, but it's not on a multicolor car. It's all one color. It's usually black or very, very dark navy blue. Then the word police is like in really dark gray, so you can barely even notice it. The light bars are no longer on the top. It's now on the back of the window. You can't ever tell it's a police car until you pass it. Are your cars like that? Are your police cars like that? A lot of times I can tell because I look for the spotlight. A lot of them have spotlights on the left-hand side where they can adjust the lighting so they can aim it towards areas so they can see things. You know, they'll aim them with the spotlight. That way they can read the numbers on the houses, or you know, aim it towards the cars that they need to see, all that kind of stuff. You know, that's one dead giveaway. Sometimes you can tell from just the antennas on the car, but some of the cars now you don't even see the antennas. I mean, everything is like stealth. I've seen cars that are like Dodge Chargers that are state police cars. You can't even tell that's a state police car. Yeah, cops are getting sneaky, huh? Well, they do that for a couple of reasons. Once they do the thing about you know, staying safe. You know, if they advertise there are cops coming down the road, that could not be safe sometimes for them. People look out and aim for those kind of cops. You know, it's snipers and all that kind of stuff, right? So you want to be careful of that. Let's stop here. Let's make sure everyone crosses over. Okay, she's waiting for me. I'm just gonna go. So so you don't want to advertise you're a police officer, right? Gotta stay stealth mode is a little safer sometimes for them. On the other hand, I kind of look at it sometimes as like, you know, if I can see it's a police car and I need help, I can, you know, flag them down and say, hey, I need help, right? If you can't tell it's a police car and the guy goes right past you and doesn't help you, kind of defeats the whole purpose of having the police officer near you, right? There's several ways to see it, right? So, but I know that a lot of the police cars has shifted more to a stealth mode. I think it's more universal now. So I just wanted to find out if anybody in their area still have police cars that are not like that, where they're, you know, you can pretty much tell it's a police car. Now, on the last video I did, coming up to this viaduct, this is where the guy was screeching around and, you know, coming down my lane and everything. Well, somebody painted, or supposedly painted, something that looks like a Banksy type art on it. No, it's not. It's like vinyl. It's like stuck onto the wall. It's off to the side over here on our left-hand side. Let me see if it's still there. Yeah, it's still there. Here, let me stop over here. Let me turn the camera a little bit here. You guys see that at all? Yeah, it's like two monkeys and two birds with a heart. Yeah, a little strange, huh? No, that thing's like vinyl. It was stuck on there, so it wasn't spray painted or anything. So, but it was kind of cool to see it. I thought, oh look, it's like a Banksy thing. So anyways, right now I have the front headlights on this U-free blinking. You know, if it got darker here, I would switch it. I would turn it to try to straighten the camera again here. I'm always conscious now trying to keep the camera straight, but sometimes I forget. I don't know. Oh, I turned it off. Let me turn it back on here. See, it's blinking. I think it's okay having it blinking when it's like this bright out still, but I think once it gets to the dark, yeah, I turn the blinking off. I go to a solid headlight then. But it's not dark yet. Yeah, I mean we see a little bit of the light ahead of us, but it's not dark enough yet. I'm going to turn back around. I don't want to go through the busy intersection and everything. Let me see if this road, if I go to the left, will that bring me back to where I need to be? I'm not sure. I think I did it once before, but I'm not positive. Like, it seems like every neighborhood has the cicadas now. Yeah, and these are not that 17-year cicadas either. These are our yearly cicadas that happen every single year. See, in some areas you don't hear it that much. Yeah, who knows? All right, let's see. What if I turn in here? Does that cut through? Nope. See, that's a cul-de-sac. Nothing in there says that you can't get out of there. You have to almost kind of look for it. How about this street? This one might do it. Let's try it. I can feel my throat drying out, but the water bottle's too far down. I don't have it on the top tube. I have it on the bottom tube, so I can't really reach for it. See, when it's down there, you get clearance for your top tube, so it doesn't get in your way, but it's too low to reach for. You'd have to stop the bike to reach for your bottle. That's okay. Seems like the coughing has gone away a little bit. Yeah, I don't think this cuts through. Does it? Where's this thing taking me? Don't know. Let's look at street signs. I don't even know the streets around here, so I don't have any idea. It's not my neighborhood. I have no idea. Okay. Here's what we got to do. We're gonna have to go on this road, I think, and then cut across. This is Wilkie Road again. How did we end up over here? How did that happen? Which direction am I facing to? I don't really know. Well, let's go on the road for a while. Let's see where it takes us. Because we didn't cross over the big thing. Well, actually, we went under it. That's what we did. We went under it. Oh yeah, if we keep going, we're going to be in trouble. We're heading the wrong direction, I think. We got to get out of here. I tell you, I am the world's worst for directions. I think we're going to need the GPS to make sure we get back. Let's try that again. This is called texting and driving. Texting and riding. Where are we here? Don't worry, folks, I got an eye on what's going on. Yeah, I have an eye on what's going on. I can see everything ahead of me. Yeah, that would be like texting and riding. I was too lazy to stop. Should have stopped and hit the buttons then, right? But I had an eye on everything, so it's not a problem. I don't do it if I don't think I'm safe. If I think I'm safe, I do it. elementary school to our left. Yeah, I don't know what school that is either. Do we know what this school is? Nope, have no clue. You go into areas you have no idea where you are. This is why you need the GPS with you. Let's see where it finds us. See where it tells us to go. All these side roads. Yeah, the cicadas are definitely out. I think that's probably the only, I think this one, yeah. That's the only thing about riding this late is it's noisier. I mean, it's not like that all year round, but this time of the year, it is noisy. Okay, I would have never found my way out of there. There's a lot of turns. How did I end up over there? So we're back on Wilkie Road again here. Is this the same thing we did and I said this, we're going in the wrong direction? Probably is. I'm looking at the map is like spinning around in circles. Why is that? Who knows? Alright, the map has stabilized. The thing is, there are more bugs too during the evening. You know, you can get mosquitoes and all sorts of things. I guess if you keep moving, not so much. But I've had bugs fly into my mouth as I'm talking. Had to spit them out. Terrible. Oh, let me give you an update. Today was the day, because I'm way ahead of you guys at this point. I have videos ahead of you. So today was the day when the smartwatch video came out. The second smartwatch, the one on my arm right here, that one. Today is the day that came out. Several people already bought the watch. Now, not a lot of people watched the video in comparison to my e-bike videos, of course. But even of the small amount of people that watched, several people had actually ordered the watch already. Thank you so much for that. I appreciate it. I'm sure they appreciate it as well. Hopefully the watch does what you want it to do. Now keep in mind, it's not a medical instrument, okay? So don't think of it as something that will give you perfect medical advice. That's not what its purpose is. I look at it as, okay, it's something that something to consider, but not necessarily something to trust as a medical thing. Yeah, this thing is way off. Why is this thing telling me to go off here? I mean, I'm not heading in the same direction I want to be. Now it's telling me to take a right here. Somehow this thing is giving me wrong directions here. Now we're heading back to where we came from. What is the point of that? Let me pull over here. I got to look at this map. Why is this map so far off here? Let me take a look at this thing. Yeah, no way can this possibly be correct. I'm looking at the thing and it's telling me it's going to take me 23 minutes and I'm supposedly only a mile and a half away from home. I don't think so, folks. That's why people said just use Google Maps. This thing is all off. Yeah, they gotta be nuts. We're not doing that. Okay, let's go to Google Maps. I don't even know where my Google Maps is. I can't find it. Back to Apple Maps.
At the next stop sign, turn right.
No, we're not gonna. Well, I think what happens is if you
Starting route to home.
if you put down you want it as a bike route, it finds finds multiple streets for you to take, so you can avoid the busy streets, and that's probably why it's telling me it's going to take me a lot longer. But why did it take me down here only to pull me back out again? That doesn't make any sense. That part I don't understand. Yeah, see, it's going to tell me to go onto a busy street. Why would I do that? I already said avoid all busy streets. This is not a easy street to be on. This is Rand Road. Let me see how this looks like here. I could have sworn this thing would be going the other direction. It's telling me to take a right. All right, let's take the right. Let's just see what happens here. And we're gonna have to trust. We're gonna have to trust that our bike can take us the way we want it, because being on this road, and it's, yeah, why is it telling us to go here? Okay, I see what it's trying to do. It's trying to take us around to this other side, but it's telling me to take this road to get there. So I'm gonna take a right over here. But yeah, Rand Road is not a safe road for bikes to be on. But I guess that's the only way I could figure out how to get me to this part of it. I think it's taken me down this once before. It's starting to look a little familiar. You see this sign, it says bike route. Well, this is an adventure. I mean, this is not the type of time I want to be experimenting with routes. Yeah, some of these houses are pretty nice though. Yep, some of them are pretty nice. Yeah, it's like newer homes, but all brick construction too. How do you like that? Alright, I think we need to try to conserve battery here. According to this, I only have 25% battery left. I don't know how many miles away we are. Because if we run out of battery, we're going to be calling Mrs. Wright to pick me up. I wasn't fully charged when I left. That's the thing. Turn right. Okay. I think these are the same roads that they told me before, and then it got itself lost. Yep, don't know what to say. Don't know what to say. All right. Now it's starting to look better. Let's see if it's correct this time. Now we're back to Wilkie Road again. Yeah, okay, now we're doing better. Yeah, I don't know why this map totally got lost. I was seeing the map spinning where it didn't even know where it was. Bad Apple map. We're back at the Banksy picture. Banksy picture. Banksy wannabe picture. Alright folks, we're doing pretty good now. I'll keep you with me for a while. So, that was my adventure at night. Low battery power down to 25%. 25% we should be able to make it. We're not that far away. Yeah, the thing is though, I have noticed a lot of people are out in the evening. They're taking their nightly stroll, walking along. And it's cooler, you know, and people have been working all day long. They want to get out and walk a little bit. Not me. If I got to get out, I got to ride. Can't walk. Yeah, it's true. I can't walk very well. But you all know that. The bad knee and everything. It's a bad knee, bad hips. Falling apart. The whole lower half of me is falling apart. No, I've always said, you know, I probably can't walk more than a city block before I start aching and hurting. Now, I can walk. I just can't walk long distances. And definitely affects me. Alright, we are back in our general area that we're usually at. Hey, I appreciate you guys following along, listening to my my ramblings about what constitutes a good bike. And then all this other stuff that came up afterwards. Was not my intent to finish off with something like that, but hey, you know, things happen. Hey, if you like this video, go ahead and hit the like button. Hit the subscribe button if you haven't already done so. I'll talk to you guys next time.